not. So let us say that let us take a given number as 8. I want to check if the 8 is power of 2 or not. Yes, sir. 2 to the power of 3 is going to be 8. So 8 is power of 2. And again, let us take that given number is 16. I want to check if the given number 16 is power of 2 or not. Yes, 16 is going to make the perfect power of 2, which is going to be 2 to the power of 4. Right? So what if I want to check 2 to the power, if 17 is the power of 2 or not? No, it is not. 2 to the power of anything cannot be 17. Right? So this is the problem statement. So how do we approach this problem? It is going to be very easy. So to solve this, let me take another example. We will check if 64 is power of 2 or not. Right? In order to check this, keep dividing the number. Keep dividing the given number by 2. Keep dividing. So first iteration, and during the second iteration it is going to be what? 32. So 32 upon 2, 16. Again 16 upon 2, 8. 8 upon 2, 4. 4 upon 2, 2. And at last 2 upon 2 is going to be 1. So this, the numbers that is getting sequentially increased here is going to be the number of iterations that it is going to take. And if the value is 1, if the last value after performing all the execution, and if the last value is going to be 1, then you can say that the given number is perfectly, it is the given number is power of 2. If not, it is not power of 2. Right? So let me take another number. For example, let me take 15. I want to check if 15 is power of 2. Right? If I do that, if I use this approach, there will be a problem. Let us understand what the problem is going to be. So let me say 2, I divide, 15 upon 2 is going to be 7.5. Right? So Java is going to ignore the floating numbers, and it is going to be 7 by 2. So again 7 upon 2 is going to be 3.5 by 2. Java is going to ignore this, floating numbers. It is going to be 3 by 2. Again 3 by 2 is going to be 1.5. Java will ignore this one, and again here it is also giving the same one. Right? It's also giving me the same one. This 15 is also giving the same one as the output after doing a lot of manipulations. Right? So this we cannot print, we cannot consider this. So in order to make sure that the numbers like 15 can also be resolved to 1, can also be reduced to 1, in order to avoid that, we have to pre-check. We have to perform a pre-check. What do you mean by pre-check? Right? If I take 15 by 2, before actually starting this, I need to check if the number is the perfect remainder of 2. If it is perfect, if it gives us the perfect remainder, and if the evaluation is going to be perfectly 0, then proceed with the division. Then proceed with this, or else stop executing. Then directly you can print system.out.println, like saying that the number is not, given number is not power of 2. So this is a pre-check that we need to perform. Right? So we will understand this better once we start writing, drafting a program on this. If you look at this once again, right, here we are able to see that the code is getting executed repeatedly. So it is a repeating process. Repeating process in the sense we can either use for any repeating, if the code is getting executed repeatedly, we can use for loop or we can use while loop. But in this case we have to go for while loop, just because we are not sure the how many times the loop is going to get executed. We are not sure about the number of iterations. So we are going to consider the while loop, right? As long as the condition is true, keep executing. So here we use the term as long as the condition is true, right? So let us solve this problem using the program. So let me open STS, right? So over here, let me take a static method. Static, and it is going to return nothing. So let me take the return value as boolean. Boolean. I'm the name of the method is checkif. So checkif method is going to take two arguments. One is the number. The second one is the base. Base in the sense I want to check the given number is power of 2. So base I am going to pass 2 as the input. So if you ask me about the arguments, I can say I want to check if 128 is power of 2. So these are the inputs that I am going to pass it here. Right. Firstly, what I will do, I will take while loop, while number, the condition check is like number should be greater than 0. The number is greater than 0, right? As long as the number is greater than 0, keep executing the while loop. In the while loop, the condition is going to be if a direct condition. Number is found out to be the evaluation of if the evaluation of the number gets to be 1, return true. Second one is I need to reduce the every time I need to divide the number by 2. Before actually doing that, I need to check if the number is perfect. The number is a perfect remainder. So I'm going to use number percentage of base equal to 0. Here the base is nothing but the value that we are going to pass. Here it is going to be 2. If it gives a perfect remainder, if it is a perfect remainder, then divide the number by the base itself. So number by base and save the resultant value to the number itself. Right? So this is how so this while loop keeps executing. If the while loop is not at all if this condition is not at all getting executed, then you can directly return right. If this condition is not getting executed, use an else statement and return false. Sorry, let me return false. So let us pass two inputs to check whether this is working or not. So 128, 2. I want to check if 128 is the power of 2. Let me run this. So I need to, since it is returning something, I will have to use this in the system.outer println. Yes, it is true. Let me pass another. Let us check if 127 is power of 2. False. It is not. It is not power of 2. So let us take 27 is power of 3. 3 3 is 9. 9 3 is 27. It should be true. Yes, it is. Let us say 100 is power of 10. So 10 tens is going to be 100. True. So all the conditions are getting passed here. So let us trace this program for the better understanding. Right. So the first, let us consider that we are passing 128 as a number and the base value is 2. So here the while is going to check if 128 is greater than or greater than 0. Right. First if check is going to be 128. If 128 double equal to 1, right? The condition is false. So this if block will be skipped for the first iteration, and again it will check this if block will be this condition will be checked. If 128 percentage of 2 equal to 0, yes, it is going to be 0. So once this condition is success, the if block will be executed. In the if block, the number 128 will get divided by 2, so which is going to be 64. Right. So if the if block is getting executed and else block will be skipped, again the control goes to the beginning of the while loop. So now this time the number is 64. Right. So again here the condition check is going to be like, check whether if 64 is greater than 0. Yes, it is greater than 0. Check if the 64 is equal to 1. No, it is not equal to 1. So it is going to skip this if block, and again the control comes here. Check if 64 percentage of 2 double equal to 0. Yes, it is. So again it is going to execute the if block. In the inside the if block, now this time the 64 gets divided by 2, which is equal to 32. So the recent value here, next time the 32 is going to be checked with 32 is greater than 0 or not. Yes, it is greater than 0. So like this it keeps executing. So at last once it finds the number equal to 1, if this condition gets satisfied, it is going to return true. Right. If this condition is not getting, if the if block is not getting executed, it will directly return the false. Right. And again if the number if the number that we are inputting is something like -1 or something like 0, check if 0 is power of 10. It should be false, isn't it? You can check any numbers. Let me keep this as 128 and let me keep this as 2. So this is how we can proceed. So that's all for the day. So this is the complete program. So this is the complete program. Right. Thank you.